Ever found yourself lying awake at night, stressing over unpaid bills or wondering where your paycheck disappeared to? Let's face it, we've all been there. Tossing and turning, haunted by a mountain of bills that seem to multiply like rabbits every time you blink. Or perhaps you've experienced that heart-stopping moment when you check your bank account and ask yourself, where did it all go? It's like trying to hold water in your hands. No matter how tightly you clasp your fingers, the money just seems to slip through. And the more you try to grasp it, the faster it seems to disappear. It's a nightmare that too many of us know all too well. But here's the kicker, it doesn't have to be this way. Imagine a world where your finances don't control you, but you control them. A world where money stress is a thing of the past. But what if there was a way to turn this money stress into money success? Enter the superhero of personal finance, budgeting. Now that might sound like an overstatement to some, but hear me out. Budgeting, contrary to popular belief, is not just about cutting back on your lattes and avocado toasts. It's about your money, where it's coming from, and where it's going. It's about gaining financial clarity. Imagine you're steering a ship. Without a map, how would you know where you're headed? You might end up just aimlessly drifting or worse, crashing into an iceberg. Your budget is that map, you through the tumultuous waters of income and expenses, helping you avoid those financial icebergs. A budget is your financial control room. It helps you make informed decisions about your spending. Do you really need that shiny new gadget, or would that money be better off in a savings account or investment? With a budget, you're in control, not your whims and impulses. But it doesn't stop there. A budget is also your stepping stone to reaching your financial goals. Picture your dream vacation, your dream house, or even just a peaceful, debt-free life. Pretty enticing, right? Your budget is the roadmap that leads you there. It's the strategy behind every financial victory, big or small. Now, I know what you're thinking, but budgeting is so restrictive. Well, here's a little secret. A budget is not a cage, it's a framework. It's not designed to limit your freedom, but to enhance it. You see, when you have a clear picture of your financial reality, you're empowered to make choices that align with your values and goals. So, instead of dreading it, embrace budgeting as a tool that brings you closer to your aspirations. It's a powerful ally, not a nagging adversary. Remember, with a budget, you're not just counting pennies, you're paving the way to freedom. With a budget, you become the boss of your money, not the other way around. Now, doesn't sound like a superhero power you'd want to have? Don't forget to like this and subscribe to our channel for more financial tips and tricks. Building a budget might sound like a chore, but it's more like assembling your very own financial jigsaw puzzle. Let's dive right in and find those corner pieces. First up, track your income. This isn't just your 9-to-5 paycheck, folks. Consider everything. Your weekend side hustle, that vintage vinyl you sold online, grandma's birthday check. Every bit adds to your financial picture. Next, identify your expenses. These are the pesky puzzle edge pieces. They're not the most exciting, but they give your budget structure. Expenses can range from the big stuff like rent or mortgage, to the small daily purchases, like that extra-large caramel latte you can't resist. Now, it's time to choose a budgeting method. Think of this as the picture on your puzzle box. It guides how you fit the pieces together. One popular method is the 50-30-20 rule. This means 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or paying off debt. Another method is zero-based budgeting, where every dollar has a job. You allocate your entire income until there's zero left unaccounted for. Finally, select your budgeting tools. These are the puzzle trays and sorters that keep your pieces organized. There's a tool to suit everyone's taste. If you're tech-savvy, budgeting apps are your best friends. If you're old school, a pen and paper or a trusty spreadsheet does the job. So, we've got our corner pieces, our edges, the picture on the box, and our organizing trays. With these pieces in place, your budgeting puzzle is ready to be assembled, piece by piece, dollar by dollar. Remember, budgeting is not about restricting your spending, but directing it. It's about making your money work for you, not the other way around. With this blueprint, you have a clear roadmap to financial success. It's like having a GPS guiding you towards your financial goals, and who doesn't love a co-pilot that never asks for a bathroom break? But a budget is only as good as your commitment to it. You've probably heard this before, but what does it really mean? It means that your budget is not a set-it-and-forget-it tool. It's a dynamic plan that requires your attention, your dedication, and yes, your commitment. Let's start with setting realistic goals. It's easy to say, I'm going to save half of my income this month, but is that really achievable? Probably not. Instead, start with a smaller goal, like saving 10% of your income. Once you've achieved that, push the goal a little higher. By taking small, achievable steps, you're building momentum and confidence. Next up, review and adapt. Your budget is not written in stone. It's more like a sand drawing on the beach, constantly changing with the tides of your life. Regularly assess your budget. Are you consistently overspending in one category? Maybe it's time to adjust your budget or your spending habits. Got a raise at work? That's great. Now how can you best allocate that extra income in your budget? Now here's a modern marvel: automation. In an era where technology can do almost anything for us, why not let it help with our savings? Set up automatic transfers to your savings account. It's like having a little financial assistant working around the clock, helping you stick to your budget and reach your financial goals. And finally, find a budgeting buddy. This could be a friend, a family member, or even an online community. Share your goals, your successes, your challenges. Hold each other accountable. Having someone on your journey can make the process more enjoyable and less daunting. So how do you make your budget stick? You commit to it, you set realistic goals, you review and adapt, you automate your savings, and you share the journey with a budgeting buddy. Remember, your budget is a living, breathing entity that grows and adapts with you. It's not about restriction, it's about empowerment. So embrace your budget, commit to it, and watch as it helps you build a brighter financial future. Ready to squeeze more out of every dollar? Let's dive into some budgeting hacks. It's not about simply cutting back, it's about making smarter choices that align with your financial goals. Firstly, let's challenge ourselves. Set no spend days or even a full week. The rule is simple: don't spend on anything that is not absolutely necessary. It's a great way to reset your spending habits and reveal where your money leaks are. Next, let's get rid of those sneaky money drainers. Subscriptions. Yes, those gym memberships you never use, the premium music streaming service you barely listen to, or that monthly magazine subscription that just piles up on your coffee table unread. It's time to unsubscribe from things you don't use or need. This alone can save you a surprising amount of money each month. Now let's talk about entertainment. We all love a good time, but it doesn't have to break the bank. Embrace free or low-cost alternatives. Check out your local library for books and movies, visit parks, or explore museums on free admission days. You'll be surprised how much fun you can have without spending a dime. Lastly, it's time to negotiate. Yes, you heard it right. Many of your bills, such as phone plans, cable packages, or insurance premiums, are not set in stone. Call your providers, do a little haggling, and you may end up with more favorable rates. Each of these budgeting hacks is like a mini financial victory. They may seem small, but they add up. And remember, saving money isn't about depriving yourself. It's about making conscious decisions, prioritizing your spending, and finding joy in what truly matters. With these hacks, you're not just spending less, you're living more. It's not about pinching pennies, it's about getting the most out of each one. Because let's face it, it's not just about the money, it's about the freedom it brings. So go on, give these hacks a try and enjoy the journey to financial freedom. Budgeting isn't about penny pinching or depriving yourself, it's about empowerment. Just think about it. When budget, you're pulling the strings. You're the puppet master of your finances, calling the shots on where your money goes. And that's pretty powerful, isn't it? Remember the budgeting basics we talked about? It's all about gaining financial clarity, controlling your spending, and paving the way towards your goals. And let's not forget the budgeting breakdown. Identifying your income, categorizing expenses, choosing a budgeting method that suits you, and using tools to keep track of it all. And while you're at it, make sure to set realistic goals, review and adapt, automate those savings, and find a budgeting buddy. You can even turn it into a game, challenging yourself to make every penny count, and finding fun, free ways to enjoy life without breaking the bank. So, start today. Take control of your money and own your financial future. Remember, every financial journey begins with a single budget. And before we close out, let's make a pact. If you found some value in this video, punch that like button and subscribe to our channel. We're here to keep delivering useful financial tips and tricks that empower you to be the true puppet master of your finances. Stick around, your financial journey is just getting started.